Good morning. Today's lecture is going to teach you something about how to write an abstract. I wrote this abstract in 2024. It's about pragmatics and literature. There are many intersections between language and meaning. In this respect, the pragmatic theory offers a suitable framework for literary analysis. This approach sheds light on the context in which language operates. The pragmatic theory suggests that interpretation goes beyond the literal meanings of the words. In other words, analysis of texts goes beyond the linguistic level and focuses on the cultural, social, and situational factors shaping reader responses. Thus, pragmatics urges readers to go deeper to analyze the interaction between narrative and meaning. Pragmaticians are faced with the duty of considering how external factors impact their perceptions. Consequently, this study does not only reveal the miscellaneous nature of literature but also the powerful potential of context in influencing our understanding of literature. Our personal analyses are ultimately enriched thanks to the pragmatic paradigm. There is a shift of focus in nowadays discourse analyses. Pragmaticians resolve to rely on context whereby social and cultural norms play an important role in guessing meaning from a literary text. So instead of scrutinizing the linguistic qualities of a text, they bring their personal assumptions and project them onto the analyzed texts. This creates a larger room for personal efforts that highlight the role of our own knowledge about things and how we differ in creating meaning. What the writer intends to say is not exactly what a reader sees. The latter's ideas and opinions are influenced by their own experiences about the world. The interpretation of a text may be richer than that provided by a man who studies literature in that pragmaticians claim that it is not easy to read the author's intention as long as we do not bring our human experience to study a text. This view is adopted by Blomqvist et al. In their attempts to study textual interactions. In the same vein, Heacock et al. Believe that there are diverse voices that emerge during the analysis of literature. In a word, the approach is a robust tool for getting deeper meaning from written discourse. Now we come to pragmatic approaches to literature. And in this context we can talk about, sometimes there are people who speak about pragmatic literary stylistics, and there are many emerging disciplines that are taking place these days. Approaching literature using a pragmatic lens reveals the changing attitudes that literature is undergoing. Andreas H. Jacker, 2017, argued, "We review the changing attitudes towards fictional data in the linguists community and then outline the themes of the collection." Similarly, in her The Pragmatic Theory of Literature, Mesa Shabib, 2006, explained, "Novels are best understood in terms of speech act theory since they represent a macro-text act, to use Hatem and Mason's 1990 term. Novels are reflections of the real world with real speech. The real reader is part of the context, thus part of the interpretations of the utterance. This is due to the fact that a real reader receives the intention of the real author who wants to achieve a certain perlocutionary effect on a certain sociocultural context." She found out that in addition to speech act theory that can be a framework to study literature, conducting research on this field is context-bound. The term was used by a linguist named Pratt, possibly an institution, not a person. She added, Pratt introduces his view of literature. He states that literary works, similar to all of our communicative activities, are context-bound. Literature, then, is itself a speech context. Therefore, the way people produce and understand literary works depends enormously on unspoken, culturally shared knowledge of the rules, conventions, and expectations that are in play when language is used in that context. This is part of the abstract, it's a long one, it's a 4-page abstract, and I'm not posting it here, so I just wanted to read part of it. I'll present more, hopefully, in upcoming sessions. Thank you for following. Bye bye.